What's up, everyone? So, I just wanted to do a very quick movie review on a movie that I just checked out right now on Netflix. And just gonna let you know ahead of time what I think of this movie. This movie was horrible, stupid movie. I'll tell you which movie it is right now in a moment. Just real quick, all that banging that you're hearing is from next door. They're doing construction on my neighbor's house because that house was wrecked and they're trying to fix it up. And yeah, I've got like a pimple right here and my lips were all chapped. So I was just thinking like, man, I'm insecure about the way that I look. And I was just thinking like, man, looking the way I look, I probably shouldn't talk the mad shit that I'm about to talk about, Like this mad lad is gonna talk some mad shit. So the movie I'm talking about is the movie You People. Okay? If you've seen it on Netflix, right now they're promoting it. It's supposed to be like #1 or whatever. And let me tell you guys, that is an absolute lie. I even checked out a couple of movie reviews on YouTube just to see what other reviewers were saying about this movie, and everybody was saying the same thing, that this movie sucked. Yeah, it's a movie with Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy. And it was just such a big letdown and disappointment, especially with these big actors that I love, So, plain and simple, I hope you could hear my voice over that, but plain and simple, this movie was a steaming, hot pile of dog shit. Actually, not dog shit, cat shit. If you've been watching my videos, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it was just a flaming hot dumpster trash fire of a movie, it was just a stupid movie. So the writing and the dialogue for this movie were just atrocious. The writing and the dialogue were just made the movie like unrealistic. I was just like watching the movie and I was like, people don't talk like that. That's not even like realistic. And it felt like they were just trying to push a message or an agenda. And I was just like, dude, that's just like the worst writing I've ever seen, And all I could think about while I was watching that, listening to this garbage was like, I hope Jonah Hill or Eddie Murphy didn't do any of the writing, because those guys are smart. I know Jonah Hill's really smart. So is Eddie Murphy, of course. These guys are brilliant. They're great. They're some of my favorites. And that's actually why I decided to watch this movie. I just watched The Nutty Professor, which is a great movie, funny. And I haven't seen any Jonah Hill movies lately. The last one I saw was War Dogs, but that movie was great. So I saw this movie and I thought, oh yeah, these guys are in it. Let me watch it. And right away, right from the beginning, you just hear the garbage that's being spewed out, Let me tell you what, yeah, this movie was like so atrocious, that I would tell you, I just recommend do not even watch it. Or go ahead and watch it. Go ahead and watch it just to see what I'm talking about. Just so you could have something to hate on, just so you could sit there and just hate it the way I was hating it. I was like, this movie sucks. It wasn't funny at all. I didn't laugh, not even a single time. Um, there were some scenes that were like okay, like there was potential in some of the scenes, the setup, but they turned out to be just nothing but big missed opportunities. Like they really squandered away the the potential they had, you know? Talking about squandering the potential, they squandered it away with the actors they had, you know? They had Jonah Hill, of course, and Eddie Murphy, and a couple other big ones whose names I really don't know, but I just know those two, right? The main ones. And if I could paint a picture for you, it's basically like if you take like these glowing objects, like these spheres. Let's say they're spheres, these glass balls filled with light. They're glowing bright, and you smother them. You smother them in dog shit. You just cover them up. And let's just say you didn't do a good job at smothering them, right? Because you just did a quick half-assed job. So now the spheres, you know, like you could still kind of see them glow, the glow through them, like through the shit. And that's what it felt like watching this movie. Like you see these great, really good actors, you know, and you could see like their greatness wanting to shine through because of who they are as actors, but they just couldn't, or it couldn't shine through without you seeing all the fecal matter that was covering them, which was also something that surprised me. I was like, why would Eddie Murphy or Jonah Hill or any other actor agree to be a part of this movie? Like, did they not read the script? So immediately I thought like Netflix or whoever must have paid these guys big, especially Eddie Murphy. I'm pretty sure that guy is not cheap. You know, you got to pay him good. Yeah, they must have gotten some fat paychecks. But even then, like, I mean, I would like to believe that actors have like standards, you know? So even if there's like a big paycheck attached to a role, I'd like to believe that an actor, you know, that there's actors out there that read the script and they're just like, nah, I don't want to do this part. It's just not like me, or it's not what I believe in, or it's just a crappy, you know, it's a shitty role, you know? Yeah, it was cringe. The whole movie was cringe. You know, I sat there in pain, just it was painful to watch it, guys. So if you watch the movie You People, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like I said, okay, don't get me wrong, there were some scenes that had potential. You might catch, you know, you might get some, like, a little bit of, like, okay, like, I kind of like this scene. But it was totally wasted. Like, for example, spoiler alert, they had this scene where they go into a barbershop. And every time I've seen, like, the barbershop scene, you know, in a movie, it's always a great scene, you know? You walk into the barbershop in the hood, and you get all your barbers and all the people from the hood, and it's such a cool scene. Now, this movie had that, and at first it seemed like they were about to go there. Like they were going to make this great, really cool scene that a lot of us could relate to, right? Like, oh yeah, you know, like, yeah, that's the barbershop from my hood right there. And they just totally wasted it, you know? And not only that, but they just painted it out to be like this really like aggressive environment full of hostility. And I was just like, barbershops aren't like that, you know? Barbershops are full of love, you know? Like, even if you're in the hood, the barbershop is one place you could go to where you feel like it's a cool place to be at, you know? So long story short, I've seen movies like this before where, like, you know, two like a couple, two people from totally different cultural backgrounds get together, you know, and they're about to get married. and it's just like usually a good time watching these movies. You get a bunch of gags, but like just a lot of fun, out of it. So I've seen this type of movie before, and it's usually funny. It's like, oh yeah, like these African American people, these black people are gonna hook up with these Caucasian people or these white people, or a Mexican guy is dating a an African American girl, and it's usually funny. But this movie just totally missed the mark. I mean, like I said, it was just horribly written. Even the like the way it was recorded, like the camera work wasn't even the best. I mean, it wasn't horrible. I mean, I'm not saying it was like straight up like you'll have to watch it to see what I'm saying. It's just a stupid movie. So that's my review, guys. I mean, I just wanted to get that off my chest. You people, it's not a good time. Not a good time at all. You won't enjoy it unless you really unless you're in a bad mood and you just want to look at something and have something to cuss at, like, yeah, like take your anger out on something, then put the movie on, and then you'll have something to like take your anger out on. You could like feel the cringe and let that cringe surge through your body, and just like sit there angry thinking like this movie sucks. That's it. See you all later.